Let me just start off by saying the mayor there is an absolute disgrace. About a week ago, I called for her resignation because she has been very clear. She has said that if ICE hadn't done their enforcement operations, none of this would occur. What she is saying there is that federal officers should ignore the law. They should not enforce the law. They should not keep illegal aliens out of Los Angeles. That is what the mayor is saying. If that's what she's saying, she doesn't deserve to hold that office. So I don't give a lot of stock into what she says. She also says that the National Guard and the Trump administration is actually instigating the violence. The only people instigating the violence are the people burning cars and looting and rioting. This idea that somehow you're going to accuse law enforcement of instigating things out there is absolutely ridiculous. What we actually see out there is the National Guard is doing their job. The violence is being reduced over time. And these are law enforcement officers that go to work every day and have no idea if they're going to go home and see their family because of the situation and the violence that politicians like the mayor, as well as Governor Newsom, talks about ICE the way they do.
The money trail is an interesting component of all this. A lot of these protesters are not necessarily organic. I'm really upset about what ICE is doing. Where does the money come from to buy them gas masks and to fund some of their activities?
Well, it comes from left-wing backed organizations, right? We saw this with the No Kings rally, right, last weekend. And if you look at who funded something like that, well, it was a variety of left-wing C3, C4, C5 organizations that fund a lot of political donations, right? And so when you see large protests like this, because we saw it in 2020 around the country, it may start organically, and there may be, a few hundred, maybe. But when you start seeing thousands of folks, you can almost guarantee that these are professional protesters. They're getting paid. They're getting supplied by other groups that come in there. And the Trump Justice Department and others should really investigate that. I know they're looking at this. This is something that we didn't do very well in 2020, but this is something that needs to be done because the people that are supplying gas masks, for instance, and other things that they know will be used for violent activities should also be held accountable.
Chad Wolf, who formerly ran the Department of Homeland Security for a time, thank you.